Henry, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I'm just in my star dressing room. It has one of those mirrors with the lights and stuff. It's just for mirrors, please.
I'm going to need this dressing room.
Huh? Tim?
No, I need the room now.
Have you got an upgrade? Is it like a business upgrade?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
All right. I already thought this was top of the line. I guess not. Which way?
This way, right.
All right, sick.
That's right. New planet.
Only the strong survive. Your chains will not hold me down. The break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder, ready for a fight. Can't tame these lions inside. This ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey through the bitter end. Ground that they're walking ain't cutting through their skin. They're hunting down their prey. Let the games begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the SSC Arena, Wembley in London, England. Yesterday, Na'Vi ravaged Big 2-0, and MIBR corroded any hopes of glory in complexity. So the question, what will be the fate of today's gladiator? It's time to find out right now. Get out of your seat, fans, and make some noise for the FACEIT London Major.
The ball keeps coming, but Guardian will not stop, and Guardian gets them on!
The world watches as some of the world's best gather to display their skill in front of hundreds of thousands. Only 6 still stand in pursuit of the lifetime goal, a major trophy. In the game they've dedicated their life to, in a game they've made sacrifices for, it is the major for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the year 2018, and we're in London! I love you guys! It's not even the weekend yet, you're turning up in full force, and the Counter-Strike is coming soon. I cannot wait for this one. Look at that arena. Whew, I am definitely ready for this one. And first, some introductions are in order. They call me Machine. I'm Alex Richardson, and I am joined by 2 beautiful human beings who have certainly got the Counter-Strike brains to back up this crowd's brawn. We do have Bjorn. Hey, it works. Bjorn Pers, of course, known as Threat. You took over the coaching role of NIP and turned that team around. You hyped for today?
Yeah, I'm very hyped for today. We had 2 great games, Liquid, HellRaisers, and Astralis FaCe.
Yeah, I mean, just getting to see what the new blood can do versus the old. The story continues here, Chad.
It didn't work out so well yesterday, especially for the hometown heroes. They got drubbed. That was an absolute stomping. It was maybe just a prelude to some good Counter-Strike today.
Yeah, no, and if you're not watching from the arena, do let us know where you're watching from and everything in between. You can hit us up on social media, #FACEIT Major, and let us know who you think is going to take this one. Will the new blood be able to do a dent in what is considered the world's best? Astralis, Liquid, top 2 are going to be stepping in. But from top 2s to top 10s, we want to have a little look at some of the best teams in Major history. Take a look at this and take a look at how many we see on the stage today. It's quite a difference, Bjorn.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about Virtus Pro. They're on the top of the list here,
Wow.
and how far they have fallen.
And I think it just adds context to their departure earlier on in the tournament, Chad. It's sad to see such legends fall in such a perhaps poor way.
Yeah, it's been a very slow decline for VP, but the writing's been on the wall for some time. The Fnatic omission as well from the top 8, that's one that, it's the first time they haven't done it in 13 majors.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty significant loss as well there. NIP, they really battled through. They had a tough draw. So for them to be missing out such a legendary squad with some huge names of Forest and GetRight not able to make it this far. But, we do have Astralis. We do have FaZe. We do have Na'Vi.
And we have SK now, MIBR. Now, talking of them, look at the top performers at majors of all time. Some of these players will be stepping onto the stage for your entertainment, Wembley, today. coldzera performed yesterday and keeps the top spot.
So did Flamey, who's now overtaken GetRight in performances over majors, and he had a banger of a game yesterday when they smashed Big out of the server.
I just want to point out that half of these players are not here.
That's actually, that's just testament to what we're talking about, the changing of the guard. And now, your first time in the top 8. These are new names to the top 8 of a major, and some of them may surprise you, others perhaps not, Chad, as you can see the likes of Twists, who has been performing for Team Liquid for some time now.
Yeah, Twist and Naf have obviously been playing at such a high level, and you already stated how good this Liquid team is. I think the bigger names, or at least the bigger storylines, unfortunately already losing Smooya and Def, but Voxic and Issa coming out from FPL, basically working up the ranks and now playing on a stage like this at a major in the top 8. This is why we're talking about the changing of guard. Yeah. This is why we're talking about it's a new generation of Counter-Strike with these pure CSGO players making a massive dent on an international scale.
Your first taste of Counter-Strike is CSGO. There's none of that shaking off the old habits. Of course, we've got some retro CS guys here, but they've put down the mouse and keyboard for a microphone. Let's bring up that bracket so you can understand exactly where we stand. Yesterday, we had 2 quarterfinals, the last 2 here, which will leave us with just 4. So many teams tried throughout the minors, into the challengers, into the legends. This is what we're left, the cream of the crop, and they continue to duke it out here in London for our entertainment and for our satisfaction. This one is Na'Vi, of course. It's going to be taking on MIBR. That's locked in. That's a semi-final we have to look forward to, and I'm thoroughly excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, that could be a very exciting matchup. I think just the way that Na'Vi displayed a version of Counter-Strike we haven't seen from them some time, and the resurgence of the Brazilians and the new, coaching of Yanko, plus the 2 Americans, Stewie and Tarek playing well, that could be a crazy game. That could be a fiery affair.
Yeah, and there's no better kind of definition or microcosm for this changing of the guard, or new and old, when we look at this first matchup, Bjorn. Team Liquid taking on HellRaisers. However, both of these teams almost kind of embody this movement towards the new.
Yeah, exactly. In Liquid, we have Twists, kind of new players, only been around for, I think, 1 to 2 years. And of course, in HellRaisers, as we talked about earlier, both Issa and Voxic. And it's a really hard game. I don't know which team I want to root for. Of course, I'm going to root for the underdog HellRaisers, but at the same time, it would be heartbreaking for Liquid to go out in the quarterfinals.
I mean, history has been made for them just getting here, and I think that's worth repeating now, Chad, that for HellRaisers themselves, they are a ragtag squad of kind of storied names, the likes of Angel. Bondic's been giving it a good go for a while, and then you've got players who, thanks to the likes of FPL, managed to get their name noticed in a very different way.
And they're the stars, right? I think the fashion in which we've seen this team get to this level, though, is through some very tight games. You have to look at their actual path to this point, and it wasn't by beating any monsters, so to speak. They beat teams who maybe on paper you would say were better than them, but for them to make it this far, I think that's such a huge accomplishment for these guys. And you could see what it meant. Issa, after that win during the Legend stage, he couldn't even speak in the post-game interview. He was in tears.
Yeah, they've poured their heart and soul into this game, and now give them a little bit of yours as they take to the stage. Our first quarterfinal for today begins.
I think it's going to be insane. Elish.
Nitro.
Twist. Nef.
Taco. Of course, I expect it to be the best crowd I will ever see.
Angel.
Issa.
Voxic. Bondic.
That's Fox.
Wembley fans, get lit for Team Liquid and the HellRaisers.
We all love to play video games. Very few, though, step out to a stage like this to do what they do best. Give it up for Team Liquid and HellRaisers. Pursuit of glory continues. A best of three. 3 maps of maps they've played thousands of times. And it will be that, and only that determines their fate in the Counter-Strike Major. HellRaisers and Team Liquid, this is a long way from their living room, from their bedroom, wherever that PC may be.
Yesterday, the rookies gave us a clear idea of the difference between a best of 1 and a best of 3. Names who absolutely slaughtered throughout those 2 Swiss phases were nowhere to be seen.
Oh my God.
I don't want the same to happen today with HellRaisers versus Liquid. We need some more entertaining Counter-Strike to come out here.
But Bjorn, you have to frame it that Team Liquid are coming to this as a well-oiled machine, that it's not going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination should the underdog story become a realization.
I mean, it was quite clear that Liquid was the most prepared team going into this major. They went 3-0 together with Complexity, but they were by far the better team out of those two.
Yeah. We're going to take a closer look now at Team Liquid before we take this conversation any further.
Want to start?
Nah.
All right, so making it through the final 8 was kind of cool for us because we had one last hurdle to go through, which was Astralis. They've kind of been our demons this entire year. They knocked us out of 3 finals consecutively, so it was always a chip on our shoulder. And we had an insane start against them, and that match was, in my opinion, one of the best of the tournament.
Oh my God, it was an insane game to play. A lot of emotions during the game. I'm feeling amazing right now.
We had a 13-2 lead. They pulled it back with some insane CS, and in overtime, when everyone thought we were going to choke, we pulled out the reverse choke and just stomped them out for 0, and was a really nice feeling conquering Astralis in that sense, and knowing that, yeah, it's just a group stage. They'd probably make it out as well, but I think we sent a message out to everybody that we're here to compete and win this tournament.
Oh, I thought that was too... I can't top that.
You certainly can't top that. They've set their sights on the trophy. Now they play just a couple of meters from it, but not yet to be lifted. The quarterfinal for Liquid.
I want to know what the reverse choke is. I thought it was the Heimlich maneuver, but Liquid from a lot of tournaments have really, struggled to close out matches where they've had huge advantages.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that they were up 30-2.
Yeah.
It went to overtime. And at that point, NAFLA just went for the opposite. It's really interesting to see they can have that tactical style, but they can also just go all in when it really matters.
Did you see the interview where he was like, he spoke about picking up the orb, he just kind of said, an expletive, I'm doing it.
Yeah, some colorful language used in that regard, but I think that was a game where they really highlighted how well prepared and that boot camp that they had coming into this. The real, I guess, payoff that can happen when you skip an event or when you really just prioritize the major. They made Astralis look foolish in that first half, and that's not something I can say I've definitely seen in a very long time.
In fact, at the same event, Astralis made MIBR look foolish. I mean, it really is this triangle of fantastic Counter-Strike, and that first half from Liquid was so much fun to watch with the likes of you, Chad, just because proper Counter-Strike brain going nuts over every single round just because of something that others may not have noticed was just glorious.
Yeah, it wasn't all about the individual plays. Sure, the skill on this team is absolutely immense, but I was just nerding out over the way that they prepared, the way that they went into every round with a game plan, how they were able to adapt when things didn't go the way they wanted them to.
And actually, you selected some gameplay to demonstrate exactly what you're talking about. You want to set it up for us?
Yeah, so we actually have a clip here, or multiple clips, of how Liquid basically used some very simple strategies to outplay a team like Ninjas in Pajamas.
Why don't you break it down?
Yeah, and we can see here they're faking a default. This is a match versus NIP. So first they fake that they take mid, and in response, NIP is going to use all their utility to retake mid. And you can see they're just waiting. Now they dry walk out of mid afterwards. There's no NIP players left, and they're just taking mid without NIP even knowing. And the really cool thing about this is you're going to see in the next round that they can, if they string these rounds together, you can see they fake the default again. But now they're actually going to dry walk towards Spin, and this time NIP will respond with Dennis pushing middle. They kill Dennis, and having prepared, they know Dennis is their catwalk player, so they know he's going to be out of position. They just pounce out on that B side. They take it over. It's a very simple play, just how you can string rounds together, how you can condition your opponents with those smokes in middle. And the third weapon round they did, they just went for a fast A play, just change of pace, and it's just so brilliant to see 3 consecutive weapon rounds and they're just changing their plays all the time.
And that's the thing, when you have a default that you can show and you can put fear in the minds of your opponent, you can play off in so many different ways. And we talk about pacing and Counter-Strike being hugely important, especially on maps like this that are momentum-based. And when you're able to do that, you're making them have to be one step behind. What round are they looking for here? Are they going to do another default? Are they going to mix up the pace? And then as the half tapers out, you have all those little pocket strats that you can pull out any moment and just rattle the cage.
Yeah, and I mean, you did your homework to find that one. One would hope HellRaisers did the same. Let's meet them.
Firstly, I was angry because we gave them so easily one map. We let them to do comeback. But I mean, after the second map, we already knew it. We're gonna win against them. After third map, I don't know. Like it was like not hard game. Third one, like 16-2. It finished so fast. I didn't feel anything. So I forgot what I want to say. They fucked me.
When I won, it was something completely different from all the feelings I ever got. Even like Angel came and like he hugged me for 10 minutes. I didn't know what to say. Even like it was my dream, so I never thought I would achieve this thing. Actually, I still felt that I was in a dream and like I was dreaming, and yeah, I swear like it meant everything to me.
If your dream's been realized before you step onto the quarterfinal stage, how much more have you got left in the tank?
Well, when you're already an underdog going up against a team like Liquid, you're still going to hope that that drive is there. You're still going to hope that you can pull out an upset victory here. And you do need those 2 men on the screen, ISA and voxic, to step up and play that fantastic Counter-Strike. The problems that we started to see with these guys was under the pressure, they weren't able to deliver that same form of Counter-Strike. And that's hopefully not something that continues through to the big stage, because you can't drop off on a stage match at a major.
But you also can't fault them. I mean, it must be a completely different task trying to play Counter-Strike in an environment like this than the one that they've qualified through, from the minor to the legends, and of course the challenges in between.
Yeah, that is true, but I kind of have to point out that their last game was a best of 3 versus Fnatic, and they have 3 of the most experienced major players in the world, so they actually killed the streak from JW, Flusha, and Crims.
Yeah, that was a huge blow, and actually, I just heard keyboards hitting walls as soon as HellRaisers won that final round. They destroyed Fnatic at their core.
Yeah, and Crims was one of 2 guys who had made it to every major top 8 until this one, and that's the first one he wasn't able to make it to, and Olaf's the only guy standing in that regard. So for them, that was heartbreak, but for HellRaisers, you could see what it meant. But the thing is, to make it to the top 8, that's all great, but to win games on a stage, that's really what they need to be aiming for.
Yeah, and it's not the stars that necessarily have got them this far. I know that sounds silly, they've definitely had their moments, but Chad, we wanted to talk a little about the real win condition that got them this far.
Well, this is the thing. Those 2 players, ISA and voxic, are definitely the stars and they're the newer players. It's the members like Bondic, like Angel, like Deadfox, in these crunch games that are going down to the wire, the 16-14s, the overtimes of the world, where you see them step up with phenomenal multi-kills like this. These aren't players who you know are going to be getting the 2 kills every round, but when they need to step up and they need to deliver, they've been able to do it to get HellRaisers across the line. And this is something that's really hard to quantify from an analytical point of view, because, hey, who knows if Angel's going to grab a 4K or not, but time and time again, in all these matches, they stood up and they delivered, and they definitely need to be proud. There's a shot coming, Alex, and you're not going to believe it, mate. I don't know if you've forgotten it. It felt like forever ago, but I think it's the next AWP shot we're about to see. After this one, it is an absolute banger. This is Deadfox, the secondary AWP for the team, not even the main AWP. He's going to hit this one. We're going to get it in slow-mo as well, but when you're hitting a shot like that, in an overtime game, you're getting your team across the line.
He's watching the cross. Oh my goodness, the audacity. You can't really do much about that. You just have to roll over and accept that you just got gamed.
And that's what we're going to need more of today from this HellRaiser squad, because I have to say that Liquid definitely have a huge advantage in the map veto. There's a best of 3 coming out. You know, we saw how shaky it was for HellRaisers versus Fnatic, and it's a whole different ball game now. You need to make sure that you can continue through across multiple maps.
Perhaps we can actually gauge some additional insight now, as we have a rare opportunity. Parla has made his way into the HellRaisers booth. Let's see if we can learn anything ahead of this huge match.
Alex, I have indeed. What is going on, London? Angel, when you see this crowd, when you hear them, and when you literally walk through them, what does it make you feel?
Oh, I'm so hyped, to be honest. Like, I feel I took their energy, and I hope we can deliver the proper CS. They deserve it.
Usually, when I speak to ISA, he's an emotional player. Before a match like this against Liquid, are you guys calm, and composed.
I hope our emotions gonna help us here. I really hope it.
I like that. Angel, any final words before you go into battle against the other team on this stage?
We need some support from you guys.
There we go. Give it up for HellRaisers. Alex, back to you.
I absolutely love it. 2 Ukrainians, a Hungarian, we have a man from Turkey known as Voxic, and of course, the very first player to ever grace the top 8 from Jordan, Issa. A multinational roster with support here in London, and they go up against Team Liquid, who have done nothing but show that that preparation has paid off. When you put 2 individuals head-to-head, though, these are the names at the tip of your tongue.
And they're both the highest-rated players for each of these teams, respectively. Now, we know the impact that they can both have. The question mark is, we know Naf can do it on a big stage, and we know that he can do it in front of a crowd, but can Issa do the same thing? So these guys are both pivotal factors for each team.
You've been singing the praises of Naf, Bjorn.
Yeah, and he's just a great player. He's been playing great in all grand finals he's been in. This is just a quarterfinal, so wouldn't be surprised if he's the best player for Liquid today.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the play that you first think of when you think about where the firepower of Liquid. You should, though, and we should definitely correct that, because I've seen nothing but positivity coming from Naf since he's found his home. He was a little bit of a lost boy for a while. The Liquid jersey makes him all the stronger.
Well, he's having to carry those Australian guys and Renegades for a while there, which was, I guess it was great for his stat padding, but a lot of pressure on the man's shoulders. Coming into this, he has Elysian, Twist in tow, who can do a fantastic job as well. And then you've got Nitro and Taco to round it out.
Oh, the list is just endless. But now we need to start getting closer and closer to game time. You know what it means. It means it's time for the map veto. 7 maps in the pool, just 3 will be vetoed down to determine exactly how this game plays out. And already, bye-bye Train.
Yeah, that's the one I think we're expecting to come out from Liquid, and the ban from HellRaisers has to be Nuke. They don't play that map.
Yeah, it's 100% Nuke, especially considering Liquid. They do play Nuke. And the question is here, will Liquid go for that Mirage pick? I really think they do, but an Inferno pick isn't impossible.
I feel like Liquid are more than happy to play their own game, and that sounds like such a vague statement, but because they can be so confident in their individuals, picking into Mirage, where HellRaisers faltered against Fnatic, there's no risk there.
Ooh, okay.
You know how solid they can be on this. We've already highlighted some of their tactical diversity, and if the players show up, then they should win this map relatively easily. Dust 2 is the second. I didn't think that one was going to be coming through. I thought maybe they'd try for an overpass punish, actually.
Did Team Liquid select the T side of Dust 2?
Yeah, why not?
Oh,
Get that momentum going.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising considering I think it's been the most decided map of this entire major.
That's saying something for sure. We did get to see HellRaisers on Dust 2 versus Fnatic, and it was actually HellRaisers' win. So they're picking that one again.
They lost it against G2 earlier in the tournament, right? The opening game of the Legends stage. And that was, I guess, a little bit, because it was overtime, it was back and forth. And I think we're definitely going to land on Caches the third. Both teams do enjoy this map. But the murmurs around the players and around, the circuit has been that Liquid are pretty good on Dust 2.
I've heard only good things about Liquid's Dust 2. We'll get to see that on display in this series. It was HellRaisers' choice. And the fact that Liquid have chosen to go on the T side, just especially considering the stat you mentioned, Bjorn, that feels like a statement before the first round is played.
It's really telling that they have something special prepared, especially because I'm sure that they thought Liquid thought they were going to pick Overpass.
Right.
So they probably have something special planned.
One of the things that we highlighted when we were watching HellRaisers throughout the rest of the tournament was that they didn't do fantastically in the 5v4 situations. They did better when they were in the 4v5 situations. They were trading quite proficiently, right? So they were losing a lot of opening kills, but then able to still close out rounds, which is not the easiest feat to do and not something that can be consistent. They're also, HellRaisers' pistol rounds weren't fantastic. They really struggled to win a lot of those. So they're going to need to make sure that they're in check and they've done their homework, at least, Liquid's tendencies, so they can grab a couple pistol rounds, because it's really important in these maps. Like, I don't know if we highlight it.
Yeah, I think we probably talk about pistol rounds until the cows come home, but instead I want to talk about the predictions. It's only a quick one, but yes, we have been all keeping tally of how everyone's predictions have been going. We're all doing pretty good. I really fell flat on my face with my the UKCS.
Yeah, you backed the wrong horse there, didn't you?
I did,
but the chicken as well, 50%. It's not too bad.
He's doing better than probably half the people at home. So I mean, keep your eyes on that chicken.
I thought when I moved up the rankings there that I would start to look happier, but my caricature still looks as sad as what I do right now. So I don't know, maybe.
And the predictions put a smile on my face, but so does this. It is my absolute honor to go ahead and introduce your casters. It's Henry G and Vince.
Hello.
That's right, we've got a little curveball.
There we go. We thought we'd bring some proper British blood to Wembley. Vince, it's amazing to have you back. How you doing?
It's incredible to be here, Henry. First ever major I've been a part of on UK soil.
Let's make sure we're going to have a good game for you here.
Oh,
It's going to be absolutely fun. I've got Team Liquid, Alex. It's got to be.
Yeah.
HellRaisers definitely are a plucky team, a lot of firepower. I think they can take Dust 2. I'm going to say 2-1 Liquid.
And Vince, I mean, I'm going to be probing you as well. What are you saying?
I actually completely agree with Henry. I think Liquid have to be favourites in this. They've also already got a victory against HellRaisers earlier in this very event. So I think overall, they're the favourites to take this game.
Okay, it's going to be. I think this is going to be a potential clean sweep. Bjorn, you're nodding at me, so Liquid for you.
2-0 Liquid. I don't even see them winning Dust 2.
HellRaisers, they are. What did you call them? Plucky, Henry?
Yeah, exactly.
Plucky. Okay, we'll see how far that pluck gets them.
I think I had Liquid to win the whole tournament like 3 weeks
You
ago,
did,
and
yeah.
that hasn't changed, so I
Okay.
have to go with Liquid here 2-0, nice and quick.
Right, well, you know what? From plucky to plucking, I think we should probably check in on that chicken and see what he's been saying. Come on, crowd now.
On their
Make some
feet.
noise for the chicken. Come on.
He's given it her best. I should correct, I've been misgendering the chicken.
It's always...
Oh,
dear.
She likes an underdog. HellRaisers, we have a HellRaisers prediction. It's not the clean sweep. And I think I will, unfortunately, go against the chicken. And I will jump on that Liquid bandwagon.
It makes sense.
It does. It
Yeah.
certainly does. The performance versus Astralis, at least that first half, completely sold me on the Team Liquid project. And gentlemen, you get the opportunity to see it in action. So I'll leave it with you, Henry G and Vince, your casters for this quarterfinal.
I can't wait. It might seem like a bit of a mismatch on paper coming into this major, but HellRaisers have proven themselves to be a world-class team. Sure, it was best of ones in the last stage of the tournament, but they beat Fnatic in the best of 3 and ruined their streak. They've been to almost every single major up at this point. Now only Olofmeister has that moniker to his name. So we'll see whether this does get a little bit more interesting. I do feel like Liquid are going to win this one, but Dust 2 for me, that's when the skill comes out. That's when the lucid gameplay, and that's when we'll see Issa do some unspeakable things on the server.
Not just Issa though, Voxic is an incredible AWP on Dust 2. I think he holds the record, right, for stats.
That's right. We had this over at DreamHack Masters last time.
Exactly.
I didn't believe in Voxic when he came on. Remember, he flew in at the last possible moment of the tournament, turned up on Dust 2 and dropped an absolute banger of a game, close to 30 frags, and I'm thinking he's going to do that as well today. We'll see what happens on Mirage. It's a very tactical map. It's a very default. It plays in a very similar way across all the teams, really. I feel like Liquid are a better unit altogether, but I feel like on their day, HellRaisers can go toe-to-toe in terms of the firepower. Now, whether they'll be able to hold their composure on the big stage, that's another question altogether, because remember yesterday we saw the likes of Big and Complexity not look like half the team they were in the previous segments of the tournament.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, even though Liquid, obviously 6-0, they haven't dropped a single map when it comes to this entire major, going back to the Challenger stage and the group stage.
Yeah.
This is a best of 3. This is a whole different ball game altogether. And I think it's safe to say too, Henry, that the pressure's on their shoulders. HellRaisers come into this game, the massive underdogs. They can almost play freely. They don't have any pressure on their shoulders at all here to perform.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your first quarterfinal of the day is looking like it's about to go down. It is Mirage, it is HellRaisers, it is Team Liquid. I want you to give me everything you've got as we head into the first map. Make some noise! It is going to be HellRaisers starting on the T side here, and of course, we will see the buys come through. Team Liquid with 2 smokes, the flashbangs available to them. As we'll get into it, it looks like the smoke about to be deployed. It's going to be a flash attack towards the A side here from Team Liquid. They will get ready to attack as fast as they possibly can. All it takes is one flashbang. Taco's going to deliver it. And who will come out on top? The CT is completely blind, and Issa challenging from the connector.
He certainly is trying his best, but it's going to be Bondic from the back of the site, getting trade out early on by Elige. The bomb plant will be forthcoming, but a 4-on-4 retake. They do have a kit here, Henry, plus a smoke. It is doable, but the positions of Liquid are looking solid. Got a player in ramp, one just at the back of the site, which is Nafly, who's teeing off. He's already landed a whole bunch of damage onto Voxic, who's only got 5 health remaining. The rest of the players now coming in. Taco's going to get the first. Issa will trade straight back, and HellRaisers being caught from the side as Twist comes through with 2. It should be a 3rd, and he connects that additionally. Liquid take first blood.
They certainly do. A simple approach there. 1 smoke delivered, the flashbangs and the attack from the Palace position. They manage to find the opening kills. The bomb goes down, but Twist with the backstab here in the P250 was absolutely everything as he finds the killing blow there towards Voxic. Great start for the North American squad. And now HellRaisers will have to presumably force buy. They're actually a team that doesn't necessarily spend all their cash in the second round. As you can see right now, they're actually going to be saving a little bit. No armor purchase. So everyone will have their grenades, their defuse kit as the game develops. And for now, Team Liquid with 3 rifles, AK-47s of course, and now flies spot a player towards the connector there, and he will not connect the shot. So, smokes down as they go through the default. Molotov deployed towards connector, and nothing too interesting coming through from HellRaisers here. You can see a pretty standard setup, 3 players towards A, 2 towards B, Dead Fox and Angel trying to fend off Twist. He's just probing towards that side of the map.
Yeah, Liquid certainly just feeling out on mid, seeing if they can get themselves a little bit of leeway to walk off. Elige, quick peek into window, nothing's home. Molotov's going to allow them the freedom to now move on catwalk. Very passive defense by HellRaisers, really trying to use those Desert Eagles, their maximum efficiency at range, and Dead Fox is going to connect onto Naf. This is starting to get a little bit dicey for Liquid, but fortunately Taco and Elige come straight back in. Taco with 2 as Elige falls by the wayside. It's going to be another very close climax to this round, but it should favor Liquid, especially as Twist is now connected onto Voxic's head.
That should be it, Vince. Bondic now, remember, no armor, no nades, but he has got decent positioning here. Coming in from the B apartments, he's going to wait until that bomb's planted, but they're a little bit tentative right now, Team Liquid, just biding their time and making sure everything is clear, and detecting Bondic towards the apartments now. He should be done for. I don't see a world where he pulls this one off. He gets one. He makes it very expensive there for Team Liquid, but not quite enough to win the round. And that just backs up what I usually say, Vince. You don't necessarily need the armor to go with the Deagles here. If you're going to kill someone with the Desert Eagle, it's usually going to be the one tap. You're not usually going to take bullets in return, and they get 4 kills there, and it becomes very, very uncomfortable for Team Liquid now. They have to reinvest and know that they're not going to be as financially secure going forward into that first gun round. They bring out SMGs here, UMP, MAC-10, MP7, the whole collection. As we get into round number 3, a couple more Deagles and PD-50s purchased, considering HellRaisers got so many kills in the previous rounds. And Nafly to challenge first as he makes his way through and fumbles the jump. It cost him his life, but Elige is there to pick up the pieces.
And it's the MAC-10 that's claiming the kill. Some money in the bank. Now Twist gonna side sweep from connector. Easy in the end. Started a little bit dodgy, but HellRaisers will now be into a full purchase round. It is going to include an AWP in the hands of Voxic, and M4s across the board for the rest of his team. They don't have a huge amount of utility though, and I think they're going to be skimping out on kits. So this could be a rough road for HellRaisers already in round 4.
Well, here we go. The AWP is out. Voxic will be wielding it. Remember, they've actually got a pretty decent buy here. Not too many compromises, but here he comes. The smoke's down to actually extinguish the Molotov thrown towards connector here. Fast up towards short, but Angel lying in wait will be taken down quickly. A nice change of pace here for Team Liquid. No messing around the default this time. Straight up towards short. They find that first pick. It's the in-game leader of HellRaisers that has been dropped. Taco holding up in position now. They're waiting for these reactions. They've got decent map control, but not for long. Twist will go down alone, overcommits to the challenge towards the B apartments, and Dead Fox will come out on top and equalize the situation to a 4-on-4.
Worrying sign though, Henry. Only 1 smoke for HellRaisers with 1 minute and 10 to play with. They're going to have to be dishing out frags, you have to feel, if they're going to hold on to these sites.
Liquid, though, same story, but they have got a couple of Molotovs to back them up. Very useful on a map like Mirage. Lots of positions, like the van, for example, you can flush out and guarantee no one's going to be there. It's up to Dead Fox to find multiple kills here. Not going to happen. He was the last line of defense in that B bomb site. Issa waiting for his opportunity from the kitchen position, but doesn't look like it'll be a successful round. They might be considering a save already at this point, Vince. As you can see, it looks like they're going to be holding on, considering they don't have that kit available to them.
Exactly. Lack of kits, lack of utility, plenty of money invested into these weapons. Save it, roll the dice again in round 5, see if that comes out better. They will be able to drop or at least get a couple of pistols in play, but Taco is taking that option away as Issa is drilled in the head. They can't afford to lose either of these now. Voxic and Bondic are going to hold the line for a little bit longer, but Voxic's gone down and the AWP with him. This is going to be a horrendous buy or lack thereof, and they're not going to keep anyone. No survivors, no prisoners taken. Liquid 4-0.
There we have it. A fast approach from Liquid. straight up towards shore. Now, most players and most teams will go through the same smoke, same procedure, but be very slow and methodical about it, and then go towards that shore control. They changed things up completely, and Angel wasn't expecting it. He goes down quickly. There was a nice response from Dead Fox, but it wasn't quite enough at that point. Taco looking incredibly sharp today, I have to say, hunting for any players that are trying to save their weapons. As you can see, nothing brought into round number 5 here. Dead Fox, though, pretty handy with the Deagle, will be smoked out, doesn't deliver any sort of damage at that point. And Taco once again tries to open things up towards middle, but it's Naf that goes down first. Bondik steals a kill away with the CZ. They haven't fully invested into this round. They still have a bit of residual cash and frags, it seems, as Dead Fox finds the Deagle headshot.
And even more excellent news is that Bondik is one of the 2 players with Kevlar, so aim punch is not going to be an issue. Really needs Angel to hold the line. He needs to be pressured, pushed. Elige in the meanwhile sprays down, does with a final bullet take down Dead Fox with him. And suddenly this round is back open for debate. This is going to be difficult for HellRaisers to get their hands on. 2 players through kitchen, with Issa making a move on catwalk. But Elige on the other side of the smoke, watching Taco's back. Plenty of time still. HellRaisers don't have to rush into anything. And Issa's going to push through, but Elige picks up his 3rd. He's actually on for the ace, and he's going to get a 4th too, leaving Voxic to make a move through kitchen. It's not going to be the ace, but Twists puts them into a comfortable 5-0 lead.
Clinical stuff so far from Liquid. A couple of up and down moments after losing a couple of initial kills, but Elige, 4 kills in the round. This spray down, especially towards the side, this was well controlled. It looks chaotic, but he knew exactly what he had to do there. Finds all the kills required, and there we have it. It will be 5-0 on the T side of Mirage here. HellRaisers on the double AWP setup. It'll be Dead Fox and Voxic. What a deadly combo, if you ask me. Dead Fox was the primary AWPer for so long for this squad. Voxic came in and set the world on fire with his talent. Let's see whether they can work in tandem right now to try and break the streak of Liquid. Holding up in a slower mentality now. This is Liquid sending the smokes out. You can see a plethora of them towards middle. Connector, the window, and indeed towards the short area. Angel hasn't learned his lesson from that position just yet. Wants to challenge it this time. No damage inflicted just yet. CT utility, though, is concerning, Vince. They've only got 2 smokes down Incendiary. That is pretty much it. No kits available. They cannot afford to have a post-plant situation here.
Exactly, and a reoccurring theme already is they've conceded bomb plants time and time again.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a serious concern in the back of their minds. Voxic gets smoked out. Going to the speculative smoke shot, not going to connect. Although I completely agree that Dead Fox and Voxic are a hell of a duo with AWPs. They haven't really got rolling yet. There hasn't been any momentum going the way of HellRaisers, and now all the kills are going the way of Liquid. Nitro and Elige battering down the hatches of A, and it's theirs again, and HellRaisers already want to save. This has been a horrendous start.
Yeah, reminiscent of the games yesterday. It feels like Team Liquid are used to the big stage. They can continue their momentum from the group stages and bring it here today. HellRaisers still waking up into the game. They're going down 6-0, not really finding anything at all in that particular round. With a double AWP setup, they get completely beaten by the smoke 7. You can see the AWPers just had no point of access as Nitro keeps delivering the pain. Now they have to hold on to the AWPs. Absolutely necessity here to actually pull this one off. They're going to have AWPs into the next round, but Swiss hits a phenomenal shot. My goodness, he's had a bit of a rough time in those apartments so far, but that was absolutely stellar as he takes down Dead Fox. It's only Voxic who will survive as AWP. Goodness gracious me, Team Liquid are running away with this one, not really giving much away at all. The game plan is looking perfect so far. HellRaisers do save the AWP and they have maximum loss bonus, of course, but Nitro looks like he's having way too much fun on the server right now. Looks like he's playing deathmatch almost with the kills that are being hit. That's an incredible shot. You do not see that every day. That's very difficult to connect, and Twist is considered one of the brightest talents in the whole of North American region, so it's no surprise he's hitting those, as we'll have a tactical timeout now for HellRaisers, and my God, do they need it. So, AWP and around $4,000 less than that almost really for the HellRaisers guys. They're going to have maybe a partial buy with this one. I don't think they'll fully invest. I'd imagine some Deagles, some armor, try and go for an aggressive play of the pistols, funnel Liquid into the AWP of Voxic. Still a very winnable round for them, and will light the fire beneath the team if they can actually pull this one off. Certainly possible. Let's see what they can do with it.
Angel and Issa both 1 kill. Issa has not got himself moving just yet, and he is one of their integral pieces to the puzzle on the side of HellRaisers. That second AWP being taken off the table also stopped them from a potential force buy. They all had about $3 to $4K. Fly in the meanwhile making a move, realizing that A is completely barren, completely void of any counter-terrorist, but now they're going to start to funnel through Connector, and Issa has managed to come out ahead in that confrontation. I don't think he's been able to get his hands on the weapon at the very least for Team Liquid, and another bomb plant will be following. Dead Fox is going to be put down alongside Foxic, as Twist continues to turn the knife. He is not relenting, and Liquid will be taking a 7th round. It's only a matter of time.
It absolutely is. Well, there we go. Angel and Bondic left with CZs and a whole lot of work to do here. Angel will be dropped by Nitro. And again, they get the opening pick here. The kills aren't the problem. It's just closing out rounds. And we do go 7-0. 2 kills found for HellRaisers there. They get another full buy this round, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe the double orb comes out once again. Maybe not, considering it wasn't really successful at all. They got beaten completely by the smokes and execution gameplay of Liquid here. Twists has got in that godlike mode, Vince. He's looking so sharp, so confident as he jumps around, finding every single kill required. Goodness gracious. Finishes things off in style with the Desert Eagle. And the single orb setup, like I said, they were getting completely wrecked by the smoke, so it makes sense. They don't want to go for the double orb again. Voxer goes towards the window, presumably jumps out towards short, cancels that, and now going for a very aggressive pick. This is so dicey. If he's going to pull back on this, I'll be very impressed. Now he's got to fend off multiple players. Just Voxer with the AWP. He's got to be done for here. He's still alive somehow. I have no idea how he's pulled this one off, but they have the man advantage, and they push Liquid in towards B.
Yeah, he can thank the counter flashes from his teammates on connectors. Dead Fox, it was labored, but he gets the kill, and a bit of damage to Nafly, down to 34. The best opportunity that HellRaisers have had thus far, and they need to hold on to this with both hands. And if this slips through their fingers, this could be it for the half. This is a linchpin fulcrum moment, potentially. HellRaisers being forced out, but there's Voxic answering back with his 2nd kill of the round. And now Nafly, 1 on 3. Does at least have the bomb under his control, but no nades. There's the first headshot, piercing the forehead of Issa. Because of the amount of time, he doesn't have to rush this. He can try and bait it out, but Bondic from downtown's gonna land the dunk. With the nade. Welcome, HellRaisers.
There it is. Well, he still finds 1 kill Nafly there in the 1 versus 3. Every kill was extremely valuable there. I like this from Boxy. This is where he thrives, in the chaos, getting stuck in with the AWP. You can't respect Liquid too much or they'll run over you, and that's perfect. He wins in the first round, that opening pick, sabotages their default, and any attempts they had to get towards shore, shut down. That's the kind of gameplay we need to see from HellRaisers. And Liquid, they'll be going for their original pistol tactic here. Remember, same smoke goes in. There'll be a flash from Nitro here as 3 players get ready to come out of the Palace area. Bondic playing up close. This could be detrimental. He's got Angel to back him up. It's very quick, but they're hitting the shots now. It's looking much better for HellRaisers. And Angel still up close and personal, but he is taken down by Alige. 3 versus 2 now. A lot of work to do here for Team Liquid, but Alige rises to the occasion. 3 kills to his name so far.
Could get punctured though, just 12 health. He needs Nitro to help him out. Bomb also wrong side of the site from Liquid's perspective. But they do have enough time, Henry, to start to play the mind games. Somebody could rotate all the way around towards mid. Indeed. And the CTs have to be cognizant of that. This is the way that Liquid can make moves. This is the way they can pull this round back in their favor.
Well, they're going to be boosting up towards the steps area here, and that is a perfect maneuver. Dead Fox left with the MP9. This is looking very troublesome for him. He has got bomb in his vision. But what's the play here from Liquid? Are they going to allow him to pick up another weapon here? They're going to wait so long, but they're staying with the buddy system. Good kill for Dead Fox here. They're not sure where he is. He'll throw a flashbang in the air. He's got a chance in this one now. The closer Nitro gets, the deadlier the SMG is, but Nitro hasn't missed much today, Vince, as he clears things up. That's a harsh reset for HellRaisers now. They're going to get $1,400 per player. There was only 2 of them that survived in the previous round. This is double eco territory. You might as well be considering the force buy here. To be fair, they've got around $2,000 per player. So if they take the full eco, they'll get 1,900 next round. They'll have 4K. That's still not enough for a great buy, but it's better than nothing. So they're going to invest slightly into this one with a few CZs, P250, but essentially a full eco here. And Team Liquid really are in full control of the first map of this best of 3.
Yeah, a real heartbreak of a round for HellRaisers. Angel's at least going to get 1, but it is really just a drop in the bucket. A consolation frag at most. Dead Fox and Voxic remain. I've seen a couple kills go down in favor of the CTs and Palace, so Team Liquid are going to vacate the area, give it up for free, as they have their sights set on the B side of the map, and they're going to get there by and large without any confrontation. Taco takes the last hurdle down on the B side, which is Dead Fox. And Liquid will be picking up a 9-1 lead. And Blink, and you'd have missed it. It's been incredibly fast rounds.
Yeah, these quarterfinals have been so fascinating. The disparity in the performances from the group stages. HellRaisers just can't get a grasp on the game. But remember, Dust 2 coming up next. That's where we said they had a chance there. That's where they really can play their game. It suits their style perfectly. Mirage, it looks like it might be a foregone conclusion already. They just can't seem to get anything going. 9-1 down on the CT side. Let's see what they can do. And remember, Liquid chose to start on the T side here. It's considered a CT side of the map. They wanted to apply the pressure early. They've got their foot on the throat right now. It's working out perfectly for them as HellRaisers will take another tactical timeout. Remember, their money was wrecked before. They still can't buy here even after the eco. They're averaging $3,000 per player after the investment of the Deagles and the CZs. If they'd taken the full eco, they at least could have got Famises, but still wouldn't be compelling enough to suggest they could win the round. So at this point, just trying to pick themselves up mentally. You can see the in-game leader there, head in his hands, not looking ideal, but still not over yet. If you can post 5 rounds, that can be enough. With the pistol in the second half, you can pull it right back. But it seems like that's a very distant future right now. I'm not sure how they can possibly pull this one off because they have to take another partial by CZs again, Desert Eagles, couple of sets of Kevlar, and you can see the odds coming in. It's not looking too good for them. Liquid, full control, Nitro have a good spawn. Have a look at the frag charts while we're here. 14 for Elise, 14 for Twists. Those guys are really popping off right now.
It is starting to look a bit like Mission Impossible, for sure. HellRaisers, can they somehow draw this back into the realms of possibility? Unlikely in this round, but it's more about the next one. As you say, a buy on the horizon. Nafly again, just walking straight out of ramp. There hasn't really been any kind of confrontation time and time again in this very position. Taco's going to go in for the first. There's Bonding to at least counteract, but a Molotov is going to keep them at bay, allowing Nitro to sweep around the sides. And it's all too easy for Liquid once again. Angel going to have to walk over the corpses of his brothers if he wants to get even close to this site.
Angel might be able to get 1 kill here. Not if he jumps, though. Down he goes, double digits for Team Liquid. They're looking extremely comfortable there. Nothing really to report in terms of danger as we get into round number 12 here. Another buy, but no AWP available for Voxic or Dead Fox. There'll be rifles across the board. No kids once again. I can't even recall a round where he said, what, they've got everything they need now. They've had the double AWPs once, but there's still compromises there. At least they have 5 rifles. They do have bare bones utility, but no defuse kits. And the bomb has been going down consistently. Feels like almost every single round they've managed to get at least a plant out of it. As we head into another default here. Looks like a slower procedure from Liquid. Nothing too fast. 3 players towards middle. Baiting on those grenades. Remember, the analyst pointed this out. They want to wait for the incendiaries to come. The reaction to be posted by the CTs at this point. As Issa lies in wait towards Connector. He's got his work cut out for him. He's going to spot a few players here and somehow gets away with his life.
Angel going to be pushing the smoke, but Taco's there. He's waiting. And now the pressure mounts for Dead Fox. Angel's really done him no favors here at all. Dead Fox, valiant attempt, but finally he is bested. Voxic's not going to get it done either. Another buy round. 2 rounds in the making. Off 1 decision pushing smoke has just cost them dearly.
Unbelievable. That's Angel, the same position. Remember, he's been getting bullied on shore. They've spotted a weakness there. He's alone most of the time. They haven't really adjusted the setup. You might want to consider getting your AWP towards shore, for example, or 2 players there with the M40 and play off each other. Maybe you just get into that CPL room, Vince. We know how strong that position can be when they're consistently punishing shore. You can wait on the ladder. You can go for 1 kill, jump in the vent and get away. If you're consistently battling 1-on-3, it's unlikely you're ever going to get more than 1 kill, and he hasn't even been posting that. They need to address this problem in the setup and work out how they're going to stop the bleeding at this point. It's an absolute hemorrhage of points and kills coming against them. And Bondic will go down as well. Nothing saved, and they don't really have the loss bonus to justify another purchase. Has to be an eco at this point, or at least just the Eagles again. Elige is just looking like an absolute monster right now. He does not care what position you're in, or what you're up to, what weapon you're wielding. He's taking it out of your hands and sending you home. Eco again. That's Elige's, got to be 18th frag, of course. After 12 rounds, not bad.
With 2 assists additionally, plenty of them impact frags, and then one of the star players over on HellRaisers, is only on 3. A vast difference between the 2 stars.
Voxic 6, Issa 3. Not what you want from your big names. But remember, the best of 3 This one might be over at this point, considering that it's not showing up at all. This is looking likely to be 12 rounds on the board for Liquid, but we expected to heat up on Dust 2. That's when they can really show us what they're made of. Either way, this round is pretty much over. 2 kills found. Issa and Bondic go down. No damage inflicted. Bomb planted as Taco finds the third.
And Liquid find a 12. Surely, Voxic 1v5 with a CZ. Any kills would be a bonus, but Twists, of course, will not miss. He's on 15 kills. He's kind of swept under the radar because Elige has been battering and bruising HellRaisers. And Twist is there too. Only 4 deaths.
I think it goes without saying, Vince, HellRaisers need these last 2 rounds. This half feels like it's been about 5 minutes long. We're 12-1. We've got 2 more to go. If HellRaisers can get 12-3, we've seen some stunning comebacks here. Remember the Astralis Liquid game? Astralis were down 13-2. They brought it back to overtime. Sure, they lost in the end, but it can be done, is my point. If they can find the 12-3, win the pistol, it's never over until it reads 16 at the top. You can punish the exact same manner on the second half as Voxic goes to the push again and ambitious at best as Taco just takes him down after the miss shot comes in. Angel dropped once more. He cannot get going on shot. I'm not sure why they're not changing that position up. He's just challenging every single time, doing no damage and then going down. But this is better at least. Issa and Bondic find a couple of kills.
A lifeline has been found. Could be submerged momentarily, but Dead Fox is going to land one, trying to smoke himself just to make sure he can survive a bit longer. Stall, allow the rest of his team to make a move, and Dead Fox connects once more. And Liege, though, we know he's the kind of player that can clutch them from these situations. They got a 2v4 earlier with this very man joined alongside Nitro, and he's seen the shoulder peek round from Bondic, who is playing possum, ring around the rosy, is allowing Issa to make a move, and Dead Fox take a bow. Single-handedly gets HellRaisers back on the board.
5 versus 3. Dead Fox saves today. Liquid maybe overreacting to those initial first kills, just knifed out straight towards Shore. Didn't anticipate Dead Fox being there, and at least there is some sort of adjustment now. He points towards Shore. Eventually, Angel went down first, but Dead Fox repositions and battles tooth and nail here. Impressive frags. And they have enough for the last round here. 12-3 might be possible. Remember, Liquid haven't even purchased an AWP on their T side, Vince. They've just been brutal, these AKs, running around together as a wolf pack. And it seems to be working very, very effectively here as we get into the final round of the first half. HellRaisers need this. Dead Fox stuck on the MP9. It's Voxic that's handed back the AWP. Angel still towards Shore here, preferring to be in that CPL position just so he isn't losing these Angels consistently. Slower approach now from Liquid as they go for that mid-control.
Very good point you raise about the lack of ops, and Nitro gets a freebie onto Issa, peeking with a smoke. I mean, surely you know they're mid again. They have been consistently. At least the leg shot's going to connect with Angel getting a double. It's about time we saw this guy start to shine at the Major. Dead Fox playing Boston with the MP9. Double spray will afford HellRaisers surely a 3rd round. Elige, though, while he's alive, there's always a way back in for Liquid. Not today, though. Voxic connects through the smoke. 12-3. Yes, it's stacked against him, Henry, but it's a whole lot better than what it was looking like it could be.
The fact they get the last 2 rounds there is absolutely everything. This means they can even afford to lose the pistol, win the second round force buy, and still be within it. If they can win the pistol in the second half, we might actually have a game on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not impossible. HellRaisers are an incredibly skilled unit. They just need some momentum. They lost a lot of unfortunate duels there. Their money was never really stable, and towards the end, they seemed like they knew what they were doing, looked a little bit more comfortable on the stage environment. Liquid are absolute OGs on the stage. These players have been there many, many times before. HellRaisers only a couple of times at this point, especially some of the younger players. Second half begins. We'll analyze the buy for the international squad HellRaisers. They are going to have P250 in the hands of Angel with armor as well, the player that wasn't really fragging that hard in the first half. Dead Fox with 1 smoke, 1 flashbang available. Looks like an A split is inevitable with the current setup. The bomb waits outside the A ramp. Issa's towards Palace. It will be a very slow approach here, and I assume they're waiting for initial CT aggression.
Yeah, CZ's all about posting up close and personal, where those 12 bullets can rip and shred HellRaisers. There are 2 players just outside. This could get a bit sketchy. In the meanwhile, though, a move up through underpass with Bondic is in motion. Peering across, hoping to find a pixel to execute off This first kill could be so huge for HellRaisers, and it's going to be voxic that connects it, but Nafly is at least going to keep Angel honest, puts him down. Dead Fox is going to get pushed out here. Can he get any kills? He desperately needs to, and will do. Nitro and Twists get completely swept aside, and now Nafly and Taco have a 2v4 to pick up, and it's not going to happen. HellRaisers, they're back in this, game on.
They are definitely back in this game now. That's what they needed, a convincing pistol. Didn't come down to a clutch. They managed to play it slow, wait for those pushes to come towards their A side. Pincer maneuver comes in and voxic gets it done. That's much more like it. Haven't seen much of it in this game, but that's what we want to see. Big frags, fast-paced gameplay. And we'll see whether HellRaisers convert the second round here. I like this from Liquid. Notice they're not force buying either. They have a huge lead here, and this is what cost them in their game against Astralis, how it got to overtime. They had a 13-2 first half, force bought in the second round, and they could never structure themselves going forward. But for now, should just be HellRaisers taking this one comfortably. Liquid know they don't have to steal this round away. Not too much pressure at all. 12 rounds already posted. It is a CT-sided map. Now, basic map control coming in from HellRaisers here. Dead Fox doesn't want to overcommit. It's a solo position. You're just waiting for the pushes, and especially when you've got the MAC-10, you don't really want to be challenging for the frags and giving everything up. You just want to make sure no flanks come through. Angel's got the connector control. They have no one at Palace and A-Ramp, so that suggests it will be a B-sided approach. And now the first kill comes in for Nitro. 5 versus 4, but significant damage inflicted towards Elige and now Nitro, who's also dropped.
There's a lot of damage done to HellRaisers too, though. Henry, voxic and Bondic both below 50. This is shaping up to be another nightmarish situation. As Taco's going to miss one too many times. Twists not far off, giving a haircut to the player pushing short, but it's still going to be HellRaisers making a move on to B, getting the bomb planted, and now looking good to post up a 5th round. Elige with the UMP would be certainly valuable going through into the next one. With the Desert Eagle on Twist, maybe just looking for some exit frags. But HellRaisers, they will be picking up a 5th round, continuing to push forward, cutting this deficit.
This is starting to look like it might be possible. HellRaisers avoid losing the second round. 3rd should be theirs. That's the full eco now for Team Liquid. Starting to warm up to it. Even if they can't win this map, Vince, it just helps them now. They start winning rounds in the second half. It might not lead to a really close game, but every round they can win and have some good moments, some sequences that feel good, and the teamwork's starting to come together. They've shook the nerves off now. Every round that goes by that they win, it's going to calm them down and warm them up into this series. So these are still valuable. Even though Liquid are looking very likely to win it, I still think this is very good stuff for HellRaisers. Another clean round here for them, should this be a gimme, considering they're up against just the default weaponry here. Pistols, USPs specifically across the board here for Team Liquid. Nothing really invested apart from one flashbang, and they'll go for a mid push here by the looks of things. We have got players heading towards connector and the window. There's going to be Twist challenging the best he can, but not really much he can do.
Well, he's going to get a kill, which is a lot more than I was anticipating. As you say, playing for pride, confidence beginning to build now for HellRaisers. Bondic, the freest of kills he can ask for, but it's actually voxic that takes it away from him onto Taco. Nafly, the final player to be dealt with. 6-12.
Now this really is the moment where we'll work out if it's going to be a close, competitive game. The first gun round, if HellRaisers pull this one off, it could get them 2 on the board. You will reset Liquid again if you can win this round cleanly. Of all 5 Liquid players going down, it's going to find you a 5-0 in the second half, and that could be the start of something fantastic for HellRaisers. And trust me, Liquid are certainly vulnerable in these sort of situations. They're quite good at getting really great leads. It's just closing out games is their main issue, as they will smoke to block out whatever they can. Elige waiting now. He is in towards the window. Usually you drop the incendiary at the start to block the smoke. I'm not sure that was him misthrowing it. But either way.
And of course, Fallen does that a lot when he's AWPing in window. Yeah, Smoke's a bit of a head scratcher, but
yeah,
HellRaisers capitalize on this. Angel can. Hell of an entry onto Nitro. Didn't know what hit him. And already the pack is beginning to get thinned out on A. This is going to draw across Elige, who originally was in window. The bomb's still in mid. Plenty of time left. HellRaisers, they have the early advantage.
They really do. Lovely shot there coming in from Angel. Rough fast half for him, but that's a really impactful kill. We'll see if he can continue here as they wait for reactions coming in. 5 versus 4. Liquid don't seem to be addressing the issue here, but Twist up close and personal, takes down Angel, brings it back to the 4-on-4. Lovely shot from Alicia. Not known to be an AWP, but picks it up. Oh my goodness, the transition to the M4A4 was just absolutely idyllic. 4-on-2 now. Dead Fox and Voxic surely have nothing to say about this one.
This was in the palm of HellRaisers' hands. And now it's just going away, drifting ever so quickly. Picking up the current. Voxic, nice shot onto Taco. Drills him, does have the bomb, but only 10 health remaining and 15 seconds to try and get onto the site with. Has at least managed to just about avoid the player in Kitchen, who's now going to come out into the open. Now Fire's gone down. There's going to be enough time for this bomb plant, and I don't think Twist can go in and stop the plant. This is now doable. This is in the possibility, and Voxic's planted another one. Oh, he misses the crucial kill at the end. Onto a lead, so close yet so far. Nice try, Voxic. Not quite good enough.
A nice insight of things to come there, Vince. Amazing for him to get that close, but unfortunately, HellRaisers need rounds on the board right now. Not close encounters. Elige, though, oh my goodness, that play from CT Sport, the fact he had the awareness to drop that AWP, pick up the N4 was just absolutely fantastic. It comes down to a dicey finish there with the USB having to deliver the goods. But he knew what he had to do. He gets the call from his teammates that Voxic was low, but that missed shot is absolutely everything. And Elige will be counting his lucky stars there. HellRaisers still with enough to buy. They have a nice, decent buy here. And you can see how much has impacted the economy of Team Liquid. 2 MP9s, a UMP. Sure, they have the AWP, but lose this round, you're fully reset. And HellRaisers are aware of it. And they want to capitalize while they can. They're going to be presumably operating the same manner. They managed to find the opening picks before. And let's see how this opens up again. Dead Fox takes an 8 damage at the start, down to 52 points of health. Bomb waiting at the A ramp. That's in the hands of Voxic and Issa with him. Slow around here. No initial aggression from the CTs. No jewels taken. As they head back towards middle. No control of that area just yet from either team.
I really just hope, Henry, that Voxic focusing on the positives to get it down to a 1-on-1 rather than the negatives of missing the crucial shot. That could just linger away in the back of his mind now, especially if they concede this round.
Can you imagine the scenes if he had pulled that one off? We really would have had a game on our hands. Liquid would have been tilted off the face of the planet.
Absolutely.
But 13-6, still a 5-on-5 here in round number 20. Elige strikes first, does the damage, but can't pull it off. Bondic beats him to the punch, and they take an early lead once again.
Oh, it's such a sick bait, and they go for it, hook, line, and sinker. Fortunately, though, Issa is there to counteract, get the counter frag. Looking good for HellRaisers. Putting that last round in the back of their minds. Moving forward, that grenade should get the kill, and it will indeed onto Bondic. And very little health remaining. The Liquid go for this now. Just a flashbang between the two players. They do have a kit. Nitro and Twist and that. I think they're backing away. I think they've called it. Although Nitro landing that shot could bait them back in.
It's not worth it, Vince. They've got this huge lead still. You don't have to take these chances. It would be such a risk now to go in for this one. You've got Nitro low HP on the AWP, Twist on an MP9. Let them have it. You're still going to be up with a massive lead here, but great stuff from HellRaisers there. Battling 2 for nail at this point. Bonding with 2 kills. Issa chiming in with a 3rd, leaving Liquid with no choice here. And that's exactly what they wanted to happen there. Sure, Voxic couldn't win the previous round, but he got it down to such a close predicament where they already had the financial advantage there. MP9s, 2 of those in the UMP. Of course, HellRaisers would capitalize here. A closer round than they anticipated. Some nice baits coming in from Liquid, but overall, HellRaisers win it. They take decent money into the next round. And Team Liquid, I would say, take a tactical timeout here. That would be my call at least. Let's get Zeus involved and work out what the play is going to be here. Do we force into this, considering you have 2 weapons, or do we take the more conservative approach and just play off them with some pistols?
Seems like the latter rather than the former. Gonna go in for a couple of weapons here. Well, actually, they're going in fully. Liquid fighting down hard. They're gonna have a Deagle, FAMAS, MP9, open M4. Do have some nades to play with, but already HellRaisers are making inroads into mid. And no one's home for Liquid, so they should get a bunch of real estate, be able to work off that.
Well, here we go. Force spike from Liquid does come through. Very quiet round. Tentative stuff from both sides here. Dead Fox with the bait. Smoke will be deployed momentarily. Jill waits towards middle. That smoke has provided him cover now to make his way out connector. This will be the A approach. Pincering from connector. Angel is now protected from shore. The smoke's deployed. Twists. First point of contact there, trying to bait in Taco the best he can. Looks like the full commitment coming in momentarily. Taco only with the MP9 as his teammates go down.
In a good position though if they don't check this. There's a lot of time remaining though. They don't need to rush in here, HellRaisers. Clean every single corner. Taco making a move, biding his time, he's gonna strike.
Oh,
what? No one checks it for HellRaisers, and it could prove to be so costly at a vital moment in this match. This could be the moment they lose, a Nitro from the backside is gonna put down Angel. Voxic in another 1-on-3. The bomb at least planted for his position. But there's a smoke down, it's going out right now, and so will Voxic. HellRaisers concede. Taco sneaking his way into a double kill.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. The fact they don't check that position, they've only got themselves to blame there, Vince. It's a high adrenaline moment. Communication could have been a little bit off, but Taco couldn't have played that any better. He can't deny the plant, but he still bides his time. He waits for a chance to strike and guarantee more than one frag. One wouldn't have been enough. Sure, it was the assist on the second, but he was guaranteed to kill regardless with Nitro getting stuck in there. 14-7, and with the bomb going down, HellRaisers now need to work out whether they're going to buy into this one. I don't need to break it down, but you can see the amazing GUI we've got. You can see the money they have. They can't really afford to let Liquid go on to map points already. That would just be a nightmare. 8 in a row just doesn't seem possible considering what we've seen so far. They need to try and steal this round away. It's do or die time for HellRaisers here on Mirage. Galil's, CZs, and 1AK-47. I assume an execution's coming in here, Vince. You don't want to run a default this sort of buy. You want to do something either very fast and straight up towards shore, for example, or an A execution. Even a B rush would be more viable than just running the default here. We'll see what they go for.
There certainly needs to be an explosive play from HellRaisers to crack open Liquid once more. Nafly's not going to miss that. It's a free kill. No one's there to counteract. Mid control is already lost for HellRaisers. Although they have Issa on ramp, the bulk of their aggression is over on the B side. That first kill, Henry, already looks like this is comfortably going the way of the CTs.
You could see they had something in mind there. They were hoping there would be more of an interaction towards middle, but it is a B play coming through. The Molotov, or the incendiary, I should say, on the CT side, just so effective. It stops them right in their tracks there. Can't really do anything until the flames are extinguished. Good flashbang, and Taco, surprised he missed that shot. Normally going to nail those sort of ones, but Naf not missing a single thing here. Very controlled so far. No one overcommitting, just making sure that all three players enter the bomb side before they swing in together. CT side now fully aware it's a B attack. Twist finds the third kill of the round, and now it's a 4 versus 1. Looking for map points. It looks like it's almost guaranteed at this point. Nitro finishes things off in style. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 15-7 in favor of Team Liquid. This has been a pretty perfect showing from them so far.
8 map points. HellRaisers have had chances, but again, I go back to that Taco play with the MP9. That was the turning point. The comeback completely derailed. HellRaisers, $2,000 across the lot of them. It's pistols and not much else. And it should be Liquid 1-0.
It really should. Now, HellRaisers, like we said, have had time to shake the nerves off now. They've looked better as the game develops. You can see, could be the final tactical timeout for them. Might as well use it. You're going to be down to those pistols, maybe an SMG if you're very lucky, but you might just be better off with the CZ at this point. Get the armor, get the pistol, bit of utility. Has to be an A execution for me, Vince. All the smokes on the site. Molotov the key areas. Try and get that bomb down.
You'd think, though, that Liquid would be a step ahead. They've read the script. They know this is likely to be an A hit. Although, judging from HellRaisers, they're currently looking towards the mid/B side of the spawn, so it's not going to be A.
Taco is playing B with an AWP, so they could be trying to abuse. It looks like there's some smokes to the pillars there towards shore. Take away his vision, go for a fast B split here, but they have to fight off Naf first, who's been absolutely brilliant. There's the smokes towards the pillars. Naf can just play in front of those, and they can't capitalize with the flames down once again.
They also can't fight down too hard on this play because there could be a fake Voxic. There's a small gap in the smoke, and he's going to make the most of it. HellRaisers, they have a chance to live a little bit longer. Live to fight another day. Voxic's going to be able to get that plant down. No reason for the CTs to charge in into a potential crossfire. They must know they've got the utility advantage and the firepower, but Dead Fox now has the M4 pushed up close. Angel's making a move around the back of them, and Liquid already pulling back. HellRaisers will be claiming this round at the very least. This is going to go on a little bit longer. Angel's also going to dome Taco. Going to try and retrieve that weapon if he can get his hands on it. Trying to really fake out this push so that Nitro rings off his AWP and they can push around the corner. In the meanwhile, voxic has been dealt with.
They're trying to deny as many weapons saved for the next round as they possibly can here, but it's all in vain. Angel will find the third, and Nitro just trying to protect those weapons here. The bomb blast should actually blow them towards him. So that's actually going to work out quite nicely in that respect. He'll take another one down. So they only take away one M4. Sure, they win it, but they would like to have taken a few more. I'm not sure the kill came in there. I think it was fine. Nitro still has the AWP, Twist still has his M4, so the kill didn't come in right at the end there. A little bit fortunate for voxic, right through the smoke, but they all count, and they managed to steal the round away. That's fine for Team Liquid. That's just them thinking, we've already got match point at this stage, or map point, I should say. We'll save our weapons, keep the money strong. They've got another full buy here, sure. It would have been nice to close it out there, but let's make sure we don't sabotage our own finances going for silly retakes.
Longer game in the back of their minds, the big picture. Run boost outside. Yield a bit of information, but not much else, as all the potential hotspots have been smoked out. Connector, window, and short have been dealt with, but Nafly can peer over the smoking connector to see the short push. HellRaisers feeling their way out of ramp, and Palace Angel is getting a lot of freedom to just move straight into sandwich. This could be an issue for Liquid. Probably don't expect him to be here already. They do have Twist, who's perched up on the side if he'd landed that shot. And there's something horribly wrong, but Angel's going to go down to his hands. Nafly, he's going to be plucked out from voxic, but everything else is going the way of Liquid. This could be the map right here. voxic at least has control of the bomb, but Bonding's whiffed out in that first chance. Does get on the second time of asking. 53 seconds left, 2-on-2, and Bondit smashes Elige. However, Taco's been making moves around the back of them through T-spawn. He could get the drop on one of them.
He's the B player. If he had an M4 here, I'd say he's got a chance. He played it very well to get in this position, but it's just not the weapon to do anything with there. HellRaisers, though, starting to turn some heads. You can see the coach trying to fire them up, and it's exactly what he has to do. Keep their heads in the game. Take each round as it comes to this point. Liquid do struggle at closing games out, and you're seeing that demonstrated right now. They're having early leads, but Bondic sabotages absolutely everything here. voxic with a nice shot at the end to close it out. Just swelling in confidence now. You can see they look like a different squad already. Round 25, getting a little bit deeper than we thought. Full eco for Liquid. Just the Deagle CZ tip. No armor, no nades. Just one flash, I'll say that much. And they'll send 3 players towards B. And Twists in towards the Palace position.
Slow and steady. Once again for HellRaisers, banking the molly off the wall, forces Naf out of position. More angles attains, put in the back pocket for HellRaisers. It is a very low purchase with a couple of pistols and not much else for Liquid. This is a throwaway round. Can do damage, all the better for it, but HellRaisers should be hitting double digits. Angel's gonna go in first alongside the connector push, and Nitro has been dealt with, but Twist is also going to counteract. HellRaisers, though, are putting their foot to the throat of Liquid, taking this round away.
Yeah, this is the lock-in now. Elige looking to deny whatever he can, but just cowering in the corner with the silenced USP. Not really much he can do with this one. The bomb will be planted, he'll jump up and presumably be taken care of, but this is a nice little spot, but voxic ready for it, takes him down as his Taco now with the Desert Eagle all the way in T-spawn. That's round guaranteed. Double digits for HellRaisers. That's normally a bit of a mental breaking point. You're going to start to realize, well, okay, now this actually seems like it could be realistic. Sure, it's still map point for Team Liquid, but they're struggling in these rounds. They can't seem to get close to us, even they have the advantages. So HellRaisers still well within this one. It was looking very bleak at the 12-3 half. And Taco will be dropped in the end. It's Angel that finishes things off. Money starting to get back in position for Liquid. They're hovering around $4,500. Taco significantly less than 36. They might take another partial buy here just to be safe. Not going to happen. The buy does come through. And this is where things could start to fall apart, Vince. Now this force buy coming in means money is going to be rocky for them. They don't have the AWP on Nitro, but like we said, not really a big deal with this particular team. But Taco on the MP9, we saw his great flank before. Sabotage, the fact he just didn't have the firepower to back it up.
Keep in mind, ladies and gents, at one point this was 12-1 to Liquid. Oh, FACEIT's just
What's happened there?
Bondic, though. How's that happened? And it's gone from bad to worse. Is the only player to answer back, but he's been destroyed.
Oh no.
What a time to get that happening, though.
Not like this. Just when it seemed like they're getting back into the game, the team kill from voxic. That's going to be such a bitter pill to swallow here. They were looking so good. It seems like it's inevitable now. The Team Liquid will take map number 1. It's deadFox left with 4 players to find and a bomb to plant. He has time to work with here, but it feels like his days really are numbered. And Liquid doing absolutely everything to guarantee this round victory. Nobody's challenging. They're holding on the bomb sites here. Nitro very passive towards B as a smoke is deployed towards shore. At this point, in my opinion, it looks like deadFox will just be padding stats, but you got to give it your all. You got to see if it's possible, see if mistakes are made. And it looks like there it is. Okay, Naplight will be going down first. 3 versus 1 now. And 45 seconds remaining. This still has a slight chance.
It is a glimmer of hope at the end of the tunnel, for sure. Twists, laid in wait, gonna hear these footsteps a mile off, so deadFox, solid work, has walked at the right moment. I don't think the Twist heard it, but surely his days are numbered. No, he's been spotted. deadFox gets another one, still retaining 58 of his health. The worst thing Liquid could do now is peek him 1 by 1. This is how deadFox could potentially clutch. He's got a leash to deal with, and also time itself. He's going to be straight down, but Nitro, he's able to hold the line and Liquid get it done.
So as we built up Vince, sure, Liquid win the map, and it was always looking like that was going to be the case. But they got them sweating. HellRaisers came back into that game. They had some compelling rounds, and the players warmed up to it. voxic, abysmal first half, finishes on 22 frags. He sends out a stern message. He's now ready for Dust 2, and it sets the scene perfectly. They managed to get double digits. That's still a good game. Liquid are one of the teams in the conversation to win this major. They managed to get double digits here, and now their map coming up, I feel like they can actually do the second map. I feel like there's going to be enough just to get them into the game. They're going to need a little bit of luck with the pistols and some momentum and some great clutches there. But overall, I'm enjoying this series so far, and it's good to see HellRaisers not down and out. We'll take it to a break and be back with the desk at map number 2.